I've always had a fascination with female clothing. I was invited to a friend's birthday party and they said, would you like to attend as a drag character? So I did go to the party dressed as a woman. It was super uncomfortable, but something happened that night. Something just sparked, and I think if I didn't go to that birthday party, I really don't think Shenay would have ever became a real person. I didn't really think that I would pursue it in a sense of becoming a drag artist. Here I am 6 years later, and I made a profession out of it.
The first time I met Shenay was actually at our university. We studied at the same place. She studied drama while I studied musical theatre. And she always used to go to the wardrobe and go fit the dresses and the gowns and feathers and everything.
Varsity life with Shenay, I would say was interesting, very interesting, because Tiat would rock up on campus, but he would have Shenay in a bag sometimes, and literally halfway through the day, Shenay would be on campus, and you would have to introduce yourself to her again and go, hi, how are you? And it's like she was never there the entire time. So it is literally like having another person with you.
There is a big drag culture in South Africa, be it queens who just go to clubs or to events. It's a form of self-expression. For me, it's like my everyday normal life, you know, being a performer, but you know, sometimes it's not as glamorous. You go to rehearsals 9 to 5, you know, you're tired when you get home. So for me, stepping into someone else's shoes, literally 6 inches high, there's something exhilarating about that. Yes, there are a lot of homosexual men who do cross-dressing, but there are also a lot of straight men who do cross-dressing. So I don't think it's necessarily a gender or a sexual thing to be bound to. For a lot of people, it's literally just an escape from their normal, everyday, mundane lives. To be a little bit more fabulous, or to be a little bit more crazy, or to get away with things that they normally wouldn't be able to get away with in their normal lives.
She's messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She's all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie.
School life was hard for me. Obviously, I didn't drag while I was in school because that just would have complicated things a little bit more. But I was extremely bullied while I was in school, to a point where at some stage I was actually thrown with rocks by kids. Obviously, it hurt when people, you know, bullied me, and obviously because it was rocks. But I couldn't blame them because they feared what they didn't understand. So, you know, and that was like my big thing. Like, they literally looked in this little box that they found themselves in, which is school. And I always tried to see the bigger picture out there. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on out there. So I had compassion with them, even though I felt like I was being misunderstood and I wasn't given a fair chance to explain my side of the story to them. So, but yeah, I was extremely bullied, but you know, it made me the person who I am today. And all I can say is thank you to those people, because it made me stronger. My mother and my father have always been very supportive, and they've always accepted the fact that I have a drag character. They were a little bit confused to what it initially entailed, so I had to explain to them. My mother was under the impression that I created Shenay to do a few illegal things, which wasn't the case. Music has always been a part of my life since a very, very young age. I was always encouraged by my parents to take part in state fits and school reviews and concerts and stuff. Whenever I felt bullied and stuff, music was my salvation. It's where I turned to. So I think music has always been a part of my life where it helped me through difficult times and also in the good times. You know, music has literally, it has brought me to this point in my life where I am. My greatest triumphs is definitely, my biggest one is being on Idols last year, where I made world history by becoming the first drag artist around the world to compete in the live stages of this reality show. I have entered twice previously as myself, not as a drag queen. And then the night before the auditions in 2015, we were sitting at home and my one friend said to me, maybe you must go and audition as Shenay. And I was like, why would I do this to myself? People will think it's a media sensation. It's like, oh, you're looking for attention and stuff. So I was really hesitant towards auditioning for Idols. And then before we went to bed, I was like, let's just do it. Let's just see what happens. And I put on my 6-inch heels the next morning, and the rest is history. I made it all the way to the top 16. I said to them, I don't even care if I make it further in the competition or win the competition. I literally just want to make it to the top 16, break boundaries, and show people that no matter how different you are, if you put your mind to something, there's nothing that can stop you. My life has changed dramatically since Idols. I've gotten a lot more job opportunities. I've gotten to do things and attend events and stuff that I never would have had the opportunity to do if I hadn't been on Idols. Another one of my greatest triumphs is to be signed to an agency as a separate brand or as a separate person, as to from Tiaat, who actually created me. And just to be a spokesperson for people, a role model kind of thing, to inspire people, to help them be comfortable in their own skin.
The thing that inspires me the most about Shenay is her honesty and her truthfulness. The thing is, okay, like everyone wears masks, now Shenay doesn't, which is ironic, I know. Just like Tiaat, Shenay also, she has emotions, and she can get very angry and very happy and very excited and very sad. But her way of expressing those emotions are completely different from how Tiaat expresses his emotions. And there's something very truthful about Shenay and how she expresses her emotions. Honestly, I would say that Shenay has more character depth than most people I actually know.
For the big one, for the big job, I'll be your last love, forever lasting you me. That is what you told me. I'm giving you up, I'm forgiving all. You set me free. And my love to you, treat her bad. We gotta let go for the fire. We both know we ain't kissed no more.
I am Lo Breitenbach, and I actually had the privilege of working with Shenay back in 2013 in her first Afrikaans drag comedy cabaret. And it was so interesting because most of our audience back then was unfamiliar with the term drag or what drag artistry is, and Shenay captured them in the palm of her hand. And ever since then we've been doing Valleys and Feathers annually, and this year will be the 4th one that she's starring in.
One of the big things about being a drag queen is your makeup always needs to be on point. It does take a lot of my time to make sure that everything is in place as it should be.
Shenay, she's a hoot, so I think we have a love-hate relationship when we work together. We are very hard on ourselves. She's very strict, sometimes very down to the point, but she's so wonderful to work with. Her personality shines through in everything she does, and she has an absolute love for her craft, and that's what makes her so fun to work with, because she brings out the best in you, and because she's so fearless, she allows you to be fearless as well.
Whether there are 10 people in the audience or 1,000 people in the audience, you always give it your 110%, because those people that came to the event came to see you. So you need to give them, their money's worth. So no, that's not even debatable. You always have to give your best. A drag queen is literally a male dressing as a female for entertainment purposes. It started way back in Shakespeare's time when females weren't allowed to perform in stage plays. And a transgender is someone who feels uncomfortable in their own body and takes the necessary surgical steps to correct it, be it male to female or female to male, and literally becoming a different gender. So that is leaving your old gender behind and becoming a woman or a man to fit the personality and the gender that you feel on the inside. Oh, there's a lot of challenges that I've faced being a drag artist. One is finding shoes that actually fit. The challenges is kind of educating, you know, the public out there, getting that message across, you know, that you're not some other strange alien from another planet, can sometimes be a bit challenging. But, you know, I've never stood down for a challenge, so I'm always up for it.
Please don't get me wrong. I know there's no tomorrow. All I ask you, wanna know what you find. Wanna know what you find beautiful.
I think anyone who takes time long enough to know a person and to do research about a person would get to see that they're very much like you and me, and it's so stereotypical to say, oh, that person is different, or that we don't accept that person because it's strange. And once you get to know it and once you see that it's just another human, it really doesn't matter. It's just someone who sparkles a bit more.
Tshwane is the human I know, the true human who, I know his dreams and his aspirations, and we support each other, and he's very courageous, and that really inspires me. He's not afraid to take risks. He challenges himself constantly. He created this amazing person, Shenay O'Brien. She's a very strong, powerful woman, fantastic performer. Yeah, I think her strength just inspires me a lot.
She's fabulous, courageous, and I think absolutely professional. And it shines through in each and every task she takes on. That woman is fearless. And if you doubt any of it, you can watch any of her shows and she'll prove you wrong.
Do I love you, my oh my, yeah. River deep, mountain high, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to live life to the fullest without Shenay. I think about Shenay constantly, you know, like, what is she going to wear next? What is she going to do next? You know, what is the next performance? You know, all those kind of things. 6 years ago, I would have been able to tell you, yes, no problem, I'll be able to live without her. But I think because she has become such an integral part of my life, we're practically married, if I can put it like that. My advice to young people is respect and accept. You know, people don't necessarily accept what we do, but we need to respect their opinions and their values and their mindsets. I'm a very firm believer in, you know, if there's not an opportunity and if there's no door, you build a door and you make an opportunity. If you don't try, you'll never know. Be fierce, be confident, live your life. That's all I want to say is live your life. Nobody can do it for you.